All right, let's talk about one of the most valuable skills you can have in this crazy modern world, focus. But, we're not going to just rehash the same old advice you've heard a million times. We're going to uncover a hidden key, something deep in your own physiology that could literally change the way you think about attention forever.
I mean, think about that. When two of the most successful people on the entire planet independently give the exact same one-word answer for their success, you gotta pay attention to that. It wasn't genius, it wasn't luck, it was focus. And that's the frustrating part, isn't it? Our jobs, our schools, our entire lives demand our focus, but nobody ever actually sits us down and shows us how to do it. We're just expected to somehow know how to tame our distracted minds. And honestly, we end up feeling like failures when we can't. So what if the whole problem isn't what we've been told? What if we've been looking in all the wrong places? What if the real thief of our focus is something we've been completely overlooking this whole time?
Okay, so first, let's just get on the same page. Focus is the act of choosing one thing to look at. That's the easy part. Concentration, well, that's the ability to hold your attention there. And let's be real, that's where the real battle is fought, right?
And this is the core idea from author Patrick McEwen's work that just changes everything. We blame our phones, we blame our willpower, we blame our overflowing inboxes. But what if the root cause is something way more fundamental? What if the key to a focused mind isn't really in your mind at all, but in your body?
Okay, look at this. This is the whole game, right here. These are the three pillars of your attention: your breathing, your mind, and your sleep. Your breathing patterns affect your sleep. Your sleep quality affects your mind. And your mental state, how stressed or calm you are, changes how you breathe. It's this constant feedback loop. And when just one part gets out of sync, the whole system starts to wobble, and it takes your focus down with it.
So let's start with the absolute bedrock of it all. Because before you can even think about focusing during the day, you have to win the night.
And this isn't just about feeling a little groggy in the morning. That massive number, $411 billion, that's the estimated annual cost of lost productivity just in the US from sleep deprivation. This is a massive economic problem, not just a personal one.
And the personal costs, they're truly staggering. We're not just talking about a little brain fog. We are talking about a direct line to serious chronic diseases, heart problems, and even a 30% higher risk of dementia later in life. The stakes for getting this right are incredibly, incredibly high.
Now, this is why the quality of your sleep is so critical. See, deep sleep isn't just passive rest. Your brain is hard at work doing something called synaptic pruning. It's basically like defragging a computer's hard drive. It cleans out all the useless junk and weak connections so the important stuff is fast and easy to access. If you don't get that deep sleep, your brain literally gets cluttered and slow. And here's the kicker. You could be in bed for 8, 9, even 10 hours. But if you wake up with a dry mouth, that's a huge red flag. It's a sign you've been breathing through your mouth all night, and that disrupts your sleep cycles, preventing you from getting that essential deep sleep. It leaves you feeling totally exhausted no matter how long you were technically asleep. Which brings us to the most powerful, most immediate tool you have to fix this whole loop, and that's your breath. It's simple, really. How you breathe is how you think. So most of us think that taking big, deep breaths is always a good thing, right? Well, it turns out many of us are actually chronically over-breathing. It's a habit called hyperventilation. And when you do that, you get rid of too much carbon dioxide. Now, here's the crazy paradox. Your blood actually needs CO2 to be able to release oxygen into your brain and tissues. So the more you over-breathe, the more you're literally starving your brain of oxygen.
And the effect is not subtle. It's immediate and it's dramatic. Just 30 seconds of overbreathing can slash the blood flow to your brain by up to 40%. I mean, just imagine trying to think clearly when you voluntarily cut off nearly half of your brain's fuel supply. It's impossible.
Now, before we go any further, just a quick but really important note. These techniques are powerful. They can actually change your physiology. So please always consult with a qualified medical professional if you have any health concerns. Safety first. Okay, so here's a super simple foundational exercise you can try. Just lie on your back, bend your knees, put one hand on your belly, the other on your chest. Now the key is to breathe gently, in and out through your nose, and feel the movement in your belly. Your belly should rise as you breathe in and fall as you breathe out. The hand on your chest should stay pretty much still. And to really make sure you're getting it right, you can place your hands on your lower ribs. As you breathe in through your nose, you should feel those ribs expand outwards to the sides, kind of like an accordion. That's another great signal that you're breathing deeply and efficiently, the way your body was designed to. So what happens when you actually start to get this right? When you dial in your sleep and your breathing? Well, you start to transform. You go from a state of constant stress and burnout to one of calm, centered resilience.
Just consider the story of Robin Soderling. This guy was at the absolute peak of his sport, one of the best in the world. But the constant pressure and a totally dysfunctional stress response led to a burnout so severe, so physical, that it ended his career at just 26 years old. It's just such a powerful reminder that high performance is impossible to sustain without a resilient physiology backing it up.
And you know, this isn't just for pro athletes. The source material is just packed with stories from elite military operators, from clinical psychologists, from all kinds of high performers who use these exact same basic principles to stay calm under pressure, to manage stress, and to find that amazing state of flow we're all looking for. Ultimately, this is the goal. This is what we're aiming for, a breathing pattern that is light, slow, and deep. That simple physiological state is the foundation for everything else, for a mind that is calm, focused, and totally capable of sustained attention on whatever it is that truly matters to you. You know, your entire life is shaped by what you pay attention to. We spend so much energy trying to control our focus out there in the world. But what if the real secret, the very first step, was to simply turn that attention inward? Because by mastering your breath, you might just find you can master everything else.